Hey everyone, thanks for joining me this morning for today's yoga flow. You're gonna want to grab some blocks if you have them. So I'm using my two here seated. A lot of this flow will take place on our mat. So we're gonna be grounded a lot on the floor. Working in maybe a standing wide leg forward fold and or warrior three, maybe both. But we're gonna begin seated. So if your hips are nice and open and cross-legged feels good, take that. If you want to come into butterfly, seated butterfly, you can do that. I'm cross-legged here on blocks just to help open my hips a little bit, letting the hips lift so that the knees can fall. So taking a few moments here to just settle in, taking a few rounds of breath. Just noticing how you feel this morning. Noticing how your body feels. Are you holding any tension, any soreness? Maybe you're feeling very energetic and open and free. Just acknowledging where you are, let that guide you as you move through this flow this morning. Always taking what you need, modifying or going for a challenge. And then coming to find the breath, taking these steady inhales and exhales through the nose. And then you can let the exhale be that Ujjayi breath where we inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, you close the throat and let the breath flow through the throat. So there's this slight constriction, often referred to as ocean breathing. So your mouth is closed, but you're pressing the air through the throat and the exhale. Just noticing your posture, making sure the shoulders are down, the head is stacked over the hips, so we're not leaning too far forward or too far back. Spine is as tall as we can make it here. And just allowing ourselves to get comfortable in this seated position. For many of us, this seated position may not be comfortable. It's not my favorite. I can definitely feel some tension in the hips. So I'm just going to breathe into that space, knowing that they'll begin to open up here over time, and also knowing that I can move out and take my legs long. So that is for everyone at home and everyone here. Just a few more rounds here of that deep Ujjayi breathing. After that next deep breath, go ahead and drop chin to chest. Still pulling shoulders down away from ears, really gentle here. Letting the chin come all the way down, opening up the back of the neck here. Rolling the chin from one shoulder to the other. Again, being mindful of the next space, not trying to move too fast, pausing if you feel any tightness, working out any knots that you may have. We're just moving the chin from shoulder down to center and over to the other shoulder. You can take ear to shoulder. And if it feels good, maybe bring your fingertips to the floor just for a little support and start to open the throat. So taking the head back to where you're comfortable. Maybe move the jaw around. Take the tongue from the top to the bottom of your mouth. And then coming back and just softening the face. So notice making sure there's no tension between the eyes here. Maybe taking another deep breath to do that. We're gonna take a nice deep inhale. So just open up the arms here, just warming our upper body. We're gonna inhale, reach up. Take the palms together. Exhale the hands to the heart. Pausing here. Maybe smiling. Knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be right here and now. Inhale, reach up. Again, exhale the hands to the heart. Pausing here again for a moment. And release those hands down. If you're up on blocks, you can stay there or come off. We're gonna come to our bottoms fully, and we're gonna take the legs out long here. So that might feel good after being cross-legged, if that's where you were. So just tapping out the legs here, making sure you're grounded on your sit bones. You can roll the ankles a little bit. And still very early on here. So we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna wrap them under our knees here. And we're gonna flex the feet. So under our knees, the back of the knees are resting on the wrists here. Good. And you can have a nice little bend. We're just gonna hinge at the hips. So taking a forward fold, but supporting ourselves here with the hands under the knees. Just start to fold. Think about your chest coming to the thighs, your head coming to the toes. Noticing any sensation in the lower back and hamstring. And if it feels good and you want to extend the legs, feel free. Now that may mean that your chest will lift up. Maybe you're on the forearms, maybe you're on the palms. So just taking a few pulsations here in our forward fold. So we're gonna inhale, lift wherever you are. Exhale, fold, and reach your head forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Maybe you go a little deeper, reaching your head towards your toes. Your hands can still be under the knees. Maybe there's another or a soft bend. Maybe you're fully extended. One more, inhale, lift. Fill the lungs. Exhale, flex feet and fold. I want you to hold here. So we're reaching the head forward. Releasing the neck. We're gonna lift And we're gonna rise up, bringing our hands up, taking the hands to the side, behind us here, and countering that with this little baby back bend. So you could just rock a little bit back and forth. Not quite fish pose, we're still lifted high. Good, so here we're gonna take the right sole of the foot inside the left thigh. So you can press the sole right into that thigh. You can use a block to help with that knee. So we're in this seated tree, thinking about both sit bones nicely planted here. I want you to lift, lengthen, and we're gonna take another fold over the extended leg. So inhale here and exhale, fold. Again, wherever you are, maybe you're up by the thigh or shin, maybe you're down by your foot. I want you to breathe here. And lift up. Again, pulsing. Exhale, fold. Lifting up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale here, fold, and we're gonna hold this fold and continue to breathe for 3, for 2, and for 1. Good, you're gonna glide those hands up, gently come back to a seated position here. You're gonna take that right foot that's inside, you're gonna draw it into the pelvis here, and you're gonna give it a little squeeze. Just noticing how that hip feels. And then we're gonna take that leg right over. We're gonna take our right arm behind, we're gonna lift our left all the way to the sky, we're gonna find our twist. So looking over that right shoulder, feeling a twist. Nice deep breath here. Good, you're gonna come out of that twist and counter. Just a quick counter. So both arms come over, maybe to the forearms. Maybe you're up on your palms. Let the head be heavy. And use those palms to press up. Good. Carefully taking right foot, uncrossing it. You're gonna grab hold of it, and we're gonna roll ourselves down into a right side happy baby. So you can use this left forearm here to help you down. And as you come, you're gonna take the leg with you, and we're gonna find right side happy baby. So think about opening knee to the outside of that right armpit. Flexing your foot, grabbing the outer edge, maybe two piece fingers around the big toe. Breathing nice and deep here, opening up our hip space. And then taking that same leg and crossing it over, so now we're in a twist. So let that knee fall. You can have left hand on knee, look over right shoulder, feeling a spinal twist here. Good, so we're stretching here. We're just not holding these postures for too long, right? So we are trying to take this slow flow of a yoga sequence here. So come back to your back, holding the knee. You're gonna engage your core. So you can use your hand to help lift you up, but we're gonna find ourselves up, back to a seat. So whether you used your hand or the core got you up there, as long as we're back here, sole of the foot is in. So we're gonna take one more fold. Option will be to take a bind. So with this right leg in, you're gonna take this right arm and you're gonna reach it around. You're gonna take your left arm and see if you can find your other hand. Maybe it's resting on your back, okay? Might feel a little different. Here, I want you to open the chest. So you're starting to look over that left shoulder. If this is absolutely uncomfortable, you can release the bind and just hold, okay? So we're taking a little twist. And with the bind, we're gonna hinge slightly forward. You're not gonna get as low. And then you're gonna release that bind if you have it, keeping that leg or that knee bent tight. Reach your head forward. And lift up. Good job. Take that leg out and shake it out, noticing how each side feels. We're gonna do that same sequence on the other side. So when you're ready, left sole comes in. Right leg is long. Again, just noticing you can place a block under that hip or knee if you feel lifted. If your knee is way up high and uncomfortable, little support here. So we're gonna hinge again. Once again, we are going to hinge over the long leg. We're gonna take these pulses. So again, maybe you're here, maybe you're down. Find what level works for you. We're gonna fold, feeling the side of the back and side body, stretching out along with the lower back and hamstring, and this left hip. Inhale, lift, take a breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Good, one more lift. Take a nice deep breath. And as you do, as you exhale, start to hinge and fold, and we're holding here for 3 breaths. Really reach that head forward and drive those sit bones down. All the while opening up that left hip, pressing left knee down toward the mat. And slowly coming up. Good work. We're gonna take that foot, we're gonna hold it in here. Again, drive that heel in. Just notice how that hip flexor feels, and we can hold onto it and lengthen our spine. We're gonna take our twist here, crossing over. Left hand comes behind. We're gonna reach right arm all the way to the sky, feeling that baby back bend, and then we're gonna twist. So looking over that shoulder, making sure right foot's engaged. Feeling a nice spinal twist here. And once again, we're gonna come out and counter that. So you're gonna cross to the other side of your mat and maybe come to the forearms or maybe to the palms. Maybe you're resting one arm on a block. Stretching out the upper back here. And pressing up. Good. Taking that foot, taking it out of the twist, and once again, taking hold of it, using your arm to help you down, coming into left side happy baby. So rolling down nice and controlled. Good. Let the shoulders come all the way down to the mat. Press that left knee to the outer edge of the armpit and open up that hip. Taking nice deep breaths as you do. You can move the legs side to side, whatever feels good here. So again, really taking time to stretch here. And just not holding our stretches very long. Crossing that knee, taking a twist, so bend that knee, cross it over the body. Go ahead and look over left shoulder. And then coming back. Good, holding on to the shin here. Once again, we're gonna rise to a seat. So you can use your arms and hands to help, or a little momentum to get yourself up to a seated position. Good. Taking that foot, draw it in once again. So we're gonna take another fold. If you didn't care for the bind, you can just reach forward for those toes. If you want to try the bind, this left arm is gonna go around. The right arm is gonna come, and you're gonna see if you can find your hands. Now, if you do, I want you to open the chest. So really draw that right shoulder back, puff the chest out. Noticing the opening in the back. Coming back, and you're gonna fold. So again, you're not gonna probably get very low. Again, think of head to toe. Release the bind or hold it here for one more breath. And then release that bind and reach for that foot with the knee bent on the left side. Hinge forward. Slowly come up. Lengthen left leg. Reach those arms up. Take them behind and counter. Good. So we are going to come to a quick stand here. Several ways to get to a standing position. You can come to your knees and stand. You can use your blocks, so I'm going to suggest that you take your ankles and cross your ankles, bringing the blocks forward. I want you to hinge forward, press into the blocks, and see if you can find yourself a standing position. Very good. Walking your feet, having your blocks here. Let's use these blocks for this half fold. So, keeping them high. So we have this nice flat back, right? We probably can go lower, and that's great, but we're gonna pull the belly down. We're gonna shift the hips back. We're gonna look down. We're not gonna really press super hard into the blocks, but they're supporting us, and our back is nice and flat. Good. Take a nice deep breath here. Shifting your blocks slightly forward, keep them nearby. We're gonna take a forward fold. So grab the elbows, ragdoll, soft bend in the knees, draw the head down, draw those elbows down, and take a twist side to side. So as you move to the left, draw the elbows down toward the left ankle. And then shift to center and draw the elbows in between the feet. And then over to the right, draw those elbows toward the right ankle. And back to center, release the bind, use your blocks, or just come to your fingertips. Inhaling halfway, hands to the knees, taking pause. Good, exhale, take a fold. Soften the knees, engage, root to rise, squeeze into your mat, lift all the way up, engage the glutes and core, bring the palms together, standing nice and tall here. So our hands are long, fingertips to the sky, letting the shoulders come up. So this natural movement of the shoulders as the hands reach up to the sky. Good, exhale the hands to the heart and down to the side. Good, taking a nice deep breath. Taking a moment in our mountain pose or our Tadasana. We're going to take that half sun salutation. We're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're going to hinge and fold. Halfway here, creating that space. And exhale, fold. So here I want you to plant your hands. Option is to step back to a down dog and stay in down dog, or your option is to come straight to table, okay? So if you're in table, you can take some hip movements back and forth. If you're in down dog, same thing. Pedal the feet, stretch out the hamstrings, move the hips side to side. So everything you're doing in dog, you can do in table. So just take what posture feels best for you this morning or whenever you're taking this flow. Stretch out. If you're in down dog, draw those heels down. Take a glance to the belly. Head is heavy here. Strong, full body, all over stretch. Deep breath. Beautiful. Now, if you're in dog, we're going to all meet in table. So bring those knees down nice and gentle and find that neutral table. So your shoulders are going to be over your wrists, and we're going to move through some cat-cows. So dropping the belly, shining heart, lifting those sit bones, and then round. Being mindful of each cat-cow, really feel the spine open. So take a few traditional cat-cows in this movement. And then after you've taken a few cat-cows, feel free to move organically, move in a way that feels good. Right, so you can stay with your cat-cows, or maybe you draw the hips to one side, pull the hips back, maybe draw the hips to the other side. Giving yourself a moment to move in a way that feels good for you. Maybe you're coming into a high cobra or up dog. Maybe we're looking over, feeling a little twist on each side. You can be in cat-cow or in tabletop and walk your hands to one side. That's a nice side stretch. So different options I'm sharing with you so that you can take these and use them when you're practicing on your own, walking hands to the other side, just another little side stretch. Just a different way. And back to center. We're all gonna meet here in tabletop. And we're gonna take this right leg out long. So the sole's gonna be on the mat or your floor here. We're gonna take the fingertips and we're gonna lift ourselves and we're gonna reach up and we're gonna find gate pose here. We're gonna interlace our hands, we're gonna flip. And we're gonna take a little stretch over the long leg. Little side stretch to the other side. And back to center, press those palms all the way up. Release the bind, swing the arms down nice and gentle. Left hand's gonna plant. You're in a modified side plank. Reach right arm over. Think about fingertips all the way to toes. Press those hips forward. So we're feeling this nice full body side stretch here. From the fingertips through the arms, side body, down to the toes. Breathing. Circle that right arm down. Take both fingertips to help. We're gonna come straight back up to gate pose. Arms are gonna lift. And you're gonna take a stretch over the long leg this time. So reaching over. Good. Now when you're stretching over the long leg, you can come to the heel, maybe rotate it out or keep the foot down. Stretch it. Fingertips all the way towards your toes in that direction. And then again, circle in front. You're gonna reach for your blocks, so hopefully they're not too far from you. Good. You're gonna take this extended leg, this is my right, we're gonna bring it in for a low lunge. So you can use your blocks to get your position. We're in a low lunge. So stay here on your blocks, or if you want, you're gonna inhale, reach those arms up. We're gonna interlace again, so you can tuck left toes to help keep yourself stable and balanced. Inhale, stretch. And as you do, hinge forward. Take a little side stretch to the right. A little side stretch to the left. Lifting the arms, working the arms here. Maybe they feel tired. No, you're strengthening the arms. Hinge the chest, hinge your hips forward, and hold. Really good work. Release that bind. Find your blocks. Good. Keeping them high or taking them to mid. You're coming into a half split. Come to the heel of that right foot. I want you to draw your hips back. Drop your belly to the thigh. Take the toes to the sky. Breathing here. Good. So again, draw the hips down. Flex that foot, toes lift. And we're gonna take that sole back to the mat. Good, bring those blocks up. You're gonna keep your left hand on your block or take it to the mat. You're gonna reach the right arm up. You're in a low twist. So squeeze those thighs together. Take that right arm behind. Good, reach right arm up to the sky. Again, keep that left hand planted, tuck left toes, lift to a high twist. Take that right hand, point the fingertips toward the back of the mat. Good, circle that right hand all the way around. Frame your foot, drop your knee. Grab your blocks. Keeping left toes tucked. If they're not, we're gonna lift up to pyramid, standing pyramid, okay? So you're gonna lift up, you're gonna shift that back leg in, so the soles of the feet are both on your mat. So that may mean that you're more narrow. You want a railroad, so there's a nice space between. So finding your pyramid, high or low, I want you to pull the hips back, drop the belly, let the head come down, and feel that nice hamstring stretch. Taking a nice deep breath here. Good. Last posture we're gonna start to bend that right knee. We're gonna take our blocks to the top of the mat like so. And you're gonna take a supported warrior 3. Now you can drop the blocks, you can hover, you can play with your warrior 3. I'm gonna work on lifting my left leg up and flexing my foot. By doing so, I'm gonna use the blocks for support. So my left leg is lifted up, my foot is flexed, my head is neutral, my neck is neutral, and I'm engaging here. Taking a nice deep breath in our supported warrior 3. Soften that right knee, Gently place that left leg down. Bend the left knee. Coming back and find child's pose. Okay, so you can go wide here or mid, whatever feels good. I want you to reach those arms forward, or maybe you take the arms around. You can take the arms to the heels, is what I mean here, rounding the shoulders. Taking a few deep breaths before moving into the other side. Taking some time to just notice how each side feels, how your body feels, how your breath feels. Uniting, connecting the two. Good, nice deep breath here. Excellent. From your child's pose, we're going to come back to this tabletop position. So again, the blocks are going to be useful probably up at the top of your mat to start. So in table, let's just take one cat-cow here and neutralize that spine. So we'll drop the belly and lift, chin to chest, round. Back to neutral. Good, take that left leg or whatever leg that you're on, opposite of the other side. Take it out to the side here, bringing those fingertips up. We're gonna inhale and we're gonna reach up for gate pose here. Reaching those fingertips up tall, we're gonna interlace and we're gonna flip the palms. We're gonna take a little stretch over to the right. A little stretch over to the left. Back to center. Reaching up. Unravel your fingers. We're going to take this right hand down and we're going to take a modified side plank. Again, left arm is over the ear. Squeeze your glutes, press the hips forward. Feeling the line from the toe up the leg, all along the side body, arm into the fingertips. Taking a nice deep breath here. We're going to circle, so take that arm around, both fingertips plant, and then we're going to lift up into our gate. Good, lift, side stretch over long leg. So again, you can come to the heel, you can shift that leg, reaching over, you can keep it down. Stretching over, maybe going deeper, and then circling through, grabbing your blocks, finding low lunge. So this left leg is going to come in front. So again, you can use these blocks to help find your stability, tucking right toes, staying on the blocks and just working this low lunge. Or we're going to interlace our fingers and work our arm strength too. So when you're ready, whatever option you choose, you're going to inhale, reach up, interlace. Keeping those arms nice and strong and tall. I want you to hinge into the lunge, puffing the chest out. Taking a little stretch to the left. Taking a little stretch to the right. Really noticing the arms getting tired by lifting them and holding them up. Engaging, pressing the palms to the sky. And as you do, really sink in to that lunge. One more breath here. We're going to release those palms. It's going to feel really good. Good. Release your fingers from the bind, reach for the blocks, come back to your half split. So again, using the blocks high or low, drop the hips, belly to thigh, toes to sky. And giving yourself a nice glute hamstring stretch here. The more you flex that foot, draw that heel down, you're gonna feel more into the hamstring. Breathing here. Good, take that sole down, bring those blocks back up. So here you can use your block, or you can plant your arm or your hand down. We're in a low twist. Left arm goes all the way up, squeeze the thighs together. Using your block on the right or not. Take the left arm behind, reach those fingertips toward the back of the mat. Squeeze thighs in. Up to the sky, tuck right toes, press to a high twist. Left arm goes back, squeeze those thighs together. Circle that left arm all the way around. Plant it down, drop that knee nice and carefully. Good, grabbing your blocks, we're gonna use them to lift ourselves to pyramid. So the right toes are tucked, you're gonna lift up, shift that foot in. Soles of the feet are flat, so find the stance. You may be very narrow here, or you may be wide. Okay, the feet, there's a nice gap between each foot though. You're not on a tightrope, think railroad. Good, taking a deep breath, find your pyramid, pull your hips back, drop the belly, release the back of the neck. You can play with your blocks. Maybe you're a little lower, maybe you're standing up high. Taking a nice deep breath here. Good. Begin to soften that knee. We're gonna bring those blocks up. And once again, taking your version of warrior three. Again, I'm working on lifting my right leg up, flexing the foot. Arms are long, core is engaged. Extending that right foot all the way back. Finding my balance and stability here. Breathing through our supported warrior three. Good. Connecting your breath here. Noticing all the sensations and breathing through. You're going to very carefully start to soften that left knee as you take the right leg down. Good. You're going to lower your blocks or come to your blocks. You're going to take that right knee down. You're going to bring the left. And we're going to find child's pose again. Good. So any version of child's pose, again, maybe interlacing your hands, finding rabbit, coming to the top of your head, lifting the hips, tucking the toes and stretching out the shoulders, taking a little shoulder down to one side, maybe your other shoulder down to the other side. Maybe releasing that and holding the heels, making yourself into a little ball. And maybe just extending the arms out. from your child's pose. When you're ready, you're gonna lift up, and we're just gonna shift the knees around, bringing the feet to the front. We're gonna take our legs out long, and we're gonna find ourselves on our back. So we're gonna take some stretches, holding a little longer than we did in the beginning. To end class here, I want you to roll down just one vertebrae at a time, nice and controlled. You can bend the knees, reach the arms all the way up behind you, taking a full body stretch. Reach the arms to the sky, bend the knees, draw the knees into the chest. Maybe open up the knees, let yourself rock back and forth, giving the ankles a rotation. Notice those hip flexors. So we're gonna take supine pigeon here to stretch out that glute. So we're gonna take the left sole down. We're gonna take right ankle over, interlace. And you can lengthen left leg, you can keep it bent. We're gonna draw that left leg in, opening up that right hip, feeling that in the glute, and breathing here. Taking it in as deep as you wish here. Lengthen the elbows slightly, coming out of your, stay in supine pigeon, just release the elbows slightly, taking a deep breath. We're gonna inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to draw it in, maybe a little deeper here. Really feel that right glute. And then take the left sole to the mat. Arms to a T or cactus cross. Let that right sole come down. And you're opening up here for the twist. So left knee is down, right knee and hip is opening up. You're looking over right shoulder. If you want you to reach for your right hand to your left foot for the quad stretch, feel free. Nice deep breath here. Really getting 2 for 1 here if you're working your quad and you're opening up this hip. If you have a hand on your, or if your hands on your foot for your quad stretch, release it. Take the hands out to help you lift. And just take both legs out long here and tap out, noticing how they feel. Last bit, last side, and then we'll be done. We're gonna take supine pigeon on the other side here. So again, you can extend the leg, you can bend the leg, holding it for about 5 breaths. That last one we'll take together. So breathe, remember, draw in on the exhale if you wish, really opening up that hip. Feeling that left glute. Staying in pigeon here, just start to lengthen the elbows, so releasing a little bit here. I want you to take a nice deep breath. And as you do, On the exhale, draw in that right thigh, opening up that left hip, breathing through. Good. Take that right sole down and then cross. So this left foot's coming down. So you can stay here with this cross, opening left hip. If you want the quad stretch, left hand's reaching for the top of the right foot. And you're in this little pretzel shape here. You're opening up the left hip as you pull that right knee and quad in. Taking a nice deep breath here. One more deep breath. If you have the quad stretch, start to release that hand. You can lengthen the arms to a T, lifting yourself, using that core to bring yourself back to center. Maybe take the feet to the outer edges, cactus the arms, take a windshield wiper, back and forth so both knees fall to one side. Through center to the other side. And to center. Good. Finding your resting posture, finding your shavasana. So maybe the arms are just gonna come down by the side, the feet are gonna extend, feet will just open up naturally. Maybe you're taking one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly, feeling the breath, noticing the connection with body and breath. Take these last few minutes of class for you, nothing to do. If the mind wanders, come back to the breath, come back to your body. feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish. You can just pause me or tune me out here. Those of you that are with me, we're going to start to wiggle fingers and toes. And bring some movement, maybe open up, bringing our arms overhead, giving ourselves another full body stretch. Taking the knees into the chest. One final time, maybe cross the ankles. Give yourself a little hug, maybe rock back and forth. Just notice how this feels. Absorbing and taking in this moment, this energy that you created here this morning, during this flow, whenever you may be taking this flow. And if you're ready to come out, just very carefully roll to the side, pressing yourself up, eventually finding a comfortable seated position. Again, those of you who want to stay resting, feel free to do so. I'm just going to seal the practice here, closing out class. So if you're with me, finding a comfortable seat, maybe closing the eyes and drawing the shoulders down. Maybe taking the palms together to the heart, taking the chin down, taking a nice deep breath here. It's truly an honor and joy to flow with you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing and wonderful day, and I look forward to flowing with you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone watching at home. Thank you everyone here. Good work, good work. Thanks everybody. Good job.